Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Another Fat Guy Cooks. I'm your fat guy, Andy Baker, and today we're going to be doing a nice, quick and easy dessert, apple and rhubarb crumble. Let's go.
Another fat guy cooks.
Okay, so apple and rhubarb crumble. Super easy. This is my own recipe. I've been playing around with it a little bit to try and make it as like non-bakery as possible. So you know how baking, they say, you know, baking's a science whereas cookery is an art. Well, this one you can kind of fuck around with and it won't completely ruin it, right? Most bakery stuff, if you play around with the ingredients too much and don't follow the recipe, everything goes tits up and falls apart, your life's over, you die, and you're remembered poorly by your peers. First, we're going to make the crumble, and what we're going to do is we're going to pre-bake the crumble and then stick it on top of the filling and then finish it off. Because that way it keeps the crumble nice and tight, nice and crunchy, doesn't get all soggy and doesn't get all mushy. So we need 2 cups of flour. Now you can do this with 1 cup of flour and 1 cup of oats, and it's a bit nicer. I don't have oats, and I also don't have a car at the moment because it's getting repaired, so I can't go and get oats. I forgot to fucking get oats, alright? So we're just going to do 2 cups of flour. So, and again, these are not super exact measurements. This is a 3/4 cup, so that's, you know what, rest of that. There we go. About 2 cups of flour. And then about 1 cup of golden caster sugar. Yeah, about that, that'll do. We want a nice sprinkle of cinnamon. Don't want to go too much, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon, something like that. And then we also want some butter. Now with the butter, what we're going to do is we're going to put it in with our fingers, and that's how we make a crumble. So it's a consistency thing as much as it's an amount of butter thing. You want to just keep putting butter in until it reaches the consistency that you want, which is like sort of pea-sized pieces that, you know, all separate and look like crumble, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take half of this stick of butter-ish, a bit less maybe. We're going to cut it into little pieces. Cubes, if you will, or close enough. While we're doing this, by the way, we've got our oven preheated to about 175, or if that's wrong, I'll put it up on the screen what's actually correct. Okay, so we've got butter in, and we also want just a healthy pinch of salt. Okay, so we're just going to go in with our hands. You'll see, because clear bowl is thinking. We're going to go in with our hands and we're just going to do this. And we're just going to push all of the butter into the flour, and we're going to keep going and keep adding butter until we get to where we want to be. Like this, like, seems, there's no really big lumps left in this. And it seems like quite dry. So we're going to go another chunk of butter like so. Throw him in. And then go back at it. I think last time it worked out about 3/4 of a stick, which is looking like, which would be 1.5 sticks to you smelly Americans. This is a fucking fascinating episode so far, isn't it? Should have just done this before, really. So as you can see, the crumble is in some big bits, some little bits, but when you squeeze it, it comes together as one piece, but then very easily breaks apart again. And that is exactly the consistency that you want. Now we've got that ready, need a big baking tray. This guy. And then we're going to spread our crumble out. We're not going to go all the way to the edges because I know my oven and I know that it gets like crazy hot right at the sides, and you want to try and get it so you've got some big pieces, some little pieces, a nice mix of crumble consistency, which I think we have there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this in our preheated oven, about 175, something like that, and we're going to let this cook till it just starts to brown, which is about 10 minutes. So I'm going to put this in my oven. I'm going to go in the house and put it in there. I'll be right back. I hope the background noise from the heaters isn't too much, but I tried to fucking film in here without any heaters on and it just got too cold, so if you don't like it, you can go fuck. Right. Apples. Rhubarb. While we're chopping up our apples and our rhubarb, we're going to get half a cup of water in this pan, like so, and about half a cup of sugar, and we're just going to bring that up to a simmer. This is what we're going to stew our fruit in, like so, and then throw them in there. Simple as. Nothing matters. Life is meaningless. Okay, and then we're also going to throw in there a couple of these babies, which are preserved lemons. So they're basically lemons that have been stuck in salt water for fucking ages, and they go little tiny, little sweet little ones. Look, they go little and super lemony. So we're gonna throw in 2 of these. The last time I did this I put 3 in and it was a little bit on the lemony side, so we're just going to do 2 this time. Just going to chop these up fairly roughly because it's all going to get turned into a pretty heavy mush. Throw that in there too. And like, I mean, that's basically the hard work done. So this is going to go for a bit until it turns into mush, and then we'll be back. We'll assemble our pie with our cooked crumble almost and our filling, put that all together, then that will go in the oven for a bit, then it will come out and we'll put it in our bellies and it'll be fucking delicious, I promise. So I will be back when this is mush and the crumble is pretty much cooked. See you shortly. Okay, so crumble, par baked. Beautiful. Apples, rhubarb, lemon stuff. As you can see. Amazing. Let us assemble. So we're going to use this guy here. Let's see. Probably could have done slightly more filling, but that's not too bad. Who's counting? Right, are you really hot? Of course you are. Hot! Okay. And then we're going to put our crumble on top of here. There are several ways to do this. I find a spatula works best. Just to scoop and lay. Scoop and lay. Don't lose any, and then we're just going to even it out. Make sure there's no like super huge bits. Looks good. And then before it goes back in the oven, it needs a nice sprinkling of demerara sugar. The more of it you put on, the crunchier and crisper and nicer and, you know, more bitey it gets on the top, which, you know, obviously we fucking love. I'm just going to do one very light sprinkle. Ground cinnamon on the top. Like so. And it's ready for the oven. Let's just get a nice close-up for you. This now is going to go back in the oven for about 15 minutes until the top has got, I want to see like just 1 or 2 little bits of black where it's starting to burn. Like I don't want burn, I just want it to just like almost get to that point, because that's when you get the crunchiest, nicest, best bit of top on it, right? So what you can do as well is if it starts looking a bit too burny on the top too early, you can just tent it with foil for the rest. But it needs a good 15 minutes in there to all come together and for all the sugar to caramelize and stuff. So I'm going to go and bake this, then I'm going to let it cool, and then I'll be back. I'm going to put this in the oven. That free bit. Okay, we're back. It has cooled sufficiently that I can eat it without absolutely murdering myself. Yeah, this place is a fucking shithole. You want to see? Let's bring him over. It's still quite hot. Let's do this quickly. Yeah. How cool is that? Shall we try it? How do we approach this? With a spatula, I guess. Okay, that's a really big piece. We try something. It's just that perfect, like tart, sour, sweet, fruity. It's amazingly well balanced. I wish it kind of came together a bit more. I'm gonna have to look into maybe how to do that. But I mean, you know, fuck it. Tastes amazing. I'm gonna eat this whole goddamn thing. This is going to the parents. This is going in my big fat fucking face. Oh yeah. Right. That's it. Apple and rhubarb, rhubarb and apple with a bit of lemon crumble. Please like, comment and subscribe. Apparently about 36% of the people who watch this shit don't subscribe, so if you're not already subscribed, it's free, doesn't cost you anything. All you need is like a Gmail account or a YouTube account or whatever, and then it lets you subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Just do it, helps me. And who doesn't like me being happy? Exactly. So fucking good. Yeah, that's it. Another Fat Guy's just cooked. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Oh, Crime and Nourishment, next episode, is going to be a big one. Can't tell you who's going to be on it, but it's somebody who is definitely punching down coming on the show. So, look forward to that. Can't wait. Very excited. Very nervous. But yeah, should be amazing. So, yeah, Crime and Nourishment coming week after next, I would say. I'll see you then.